Hello and welcome to Laduma. My name is Tshepang Mailwane. It's the end of the season and it's that time where we get to catch up with people involved in the game of football. And today I have someone special, a legend of the game, someone who's been around for quite a while, played at the highest level and is now doing something different, and that's coaching. Reneilwe Letsholonyane is here today. He took the giant leap of going into Botswana to work at Matebele FC, and today he came back with a nomination as one of the coaches of the season, nominated as one of 3 for coach of the season. Didn't win the award, but obviously it's something that we are very proud of, and we're going to have a chat about that. Yeye, thanks for making time to have a chat with us today here on Laduma. You and I have spoken quite a bit, and when you joined Matebele at the beginning of the season, we had a chat. We had a chat again early this year when you made that good start with the team after the preseason you had, or mini preseason halfway. But what I want to ask you now is, when you look back at the decision to leave South Africa, to go to Botswana, what do you think now, considering you had the nomination, considering that the team finished in a much better position than they did last season?
Yeah. Good morning, Maple. Thanks again for having me, and then obviously continuing the chat. Yeah, we always talk on
Catching
the phone,
up, yeah.
catching up, and wanting to obviously know how is it going outside. And for me, those calls means a lot because as much as you kind of doing your job, for me it feels like, okay, there's someone that's always checking up on me, and I appreciate those calls. Yeah, I think the decision right now, what I think about when I decided to go Botswana, I think I'm a risk taker when it comes to something that I love. I don't mind to going extra mile to try and achieve or get what I want, and also grow as a human being, as a person. So I feel it was the right decision that I made to go Botswana, to sort of kickstart my coaching career journey outside the country, and I feel I'm on the right track, and that's mainly because the product that was seen between when I started up until end of the season, and also the reward thing was that few months ago there was a FIFA break, and for the first time our players, Samatebele, 5 of them were in the preliminary squad, Coach Moran, and then 2 ended up in the final squad to play that tournament, Mukuru tournament. So, and then now got nominated to be one of coach of the season. So I feel those small wins translates to how things went, and I'm very, very happy, obviously, to have seen that growth for me and the entire team, and then I'm happy.
A lot of the time when we look at Botswana National, or the Botswana Premier League, you think of the top clubs, Jwaneng Galaxy, Gaborone United, Township Rollers, the ones that are usually on the lips of many people.
For sure.
But you joined Matebele. Just paint a picture of what life was like when you first arrived, in terms of whether it's facilities, players, interactions with management. Just give us an idea of what you had to work with from the very beginning when you walked into the doors there.
Generally, Botswana football is a growing league. Generally, and as you mentioned, those teams Tsouditsing, because they dominate Haholo mainly because they have support, and then and that is why they always the ones more and then competing obviously go CAF, right? Matebele is 4 or 5 years old in that league. Very small team. No backing, yeah, financially. Besides the owner, I think the owner Lame, that tries very hard to make sure that it runs. Because he has a passion of football. He loves football, and then he loves seeing obviously the player the improve. I like seeing players saying that's what they love. So one, financially it's not a strong team. I will say it's a team that has literally zero budget in terms of going out and buying players, and it's a team that has zero budget for them. A team that relies on younger players from anywhere in the country, and then a team that gives those players opportunities, and then not just players, even the coaches, because the team had 3 coaches and foreign coaches. One was from Namibia, the first one. He turned out recently, I think he turned out to be a national team coach now, in Namibia or something. 2 was Connor. He coached somewhere in Cape Town, I think, a few years ago. And then now he went to joining, and then he finished the season, go Gaborone United. And then, of course, myself. So it's a team that also gives a platform to also coaches. And with the management, in terms of the support, I think I will not complain about the support and whatnot. Understanding the struggle that the team has, right? But they managed or they tried so hard to support me, especially during that time where the results nedisa. And then as a management, you'll start panicking to say, hey, there's a small team and the results are not coming. We are there, Boma number 14, and then the gap is too close with the other 3 or 4 teams. We are going to be relegated or not. So it's easily to start thinking that, and then can you change the coach and whatnot. But with them, one, the conversation we had is improve players, make sure that any player, the players that we have registered, plays, but only if they deserve to play. So we will not tell you who to play, when to play, how to play, but make sure that you improve the players, make sure that at least if it happens, all of them, in a perfect world, all of them, by the end of the season, they should have played games. Not obvious, of course, we retain the status, and even better, we do better than we did the previous season. So those were goals that are achievable. And when we started, or when I started rather, it was 4 games in. But for me, immediately in game 6, then there was sort of, the team was taking a shape. You could see how they play. You could see in terms of the organization. You could see in terms of what they want to do. So we were dealing more with the intention than the final product, because it's a process. And then you could see how they are trying, but somehow things were not really happening that way, and which was expected from them. Inexperienced, young 70-80%, it's their first season in that league. You would expect a lot of mistakes and exactly that. But we stood mo tabeng ya gore this is a process, and then we could see gore even when we were losing games, we could see gore there's a direction ering. It's just a matter of time that we start clicking, get that result sharp, or every now and then we, instead of losing, we get a draw. So we were moving towards that to say instead of losing, let's get a draw, so that even that point boosts the confidence and we go into the next one with a much better confidence. And that was the case. Fortunately, we had that break. December, and then that was the turning point.
Yeah. Out of curiosity, what's the average age of your squad? Do you know?
Let me just give you paint a picture. The oldest was 28, or is 28. The youngest is 18.
Is 18.
Yeah. A lot of them, let's say 60% are under 23.
Yeah.
Maybe 15%, 15-20% are between 23 and 27.
Yeah. So the reason I ask is because I had a chat with Coach Morena Ramorebole, and one of the journalists is a friend of mine in Botswana, and I asked him, what is it that made you do so well in your first season? Because in case people are not aware, Yeye, you finished 10th on 33 points, which is an improvement from last season. Your team finished 12th and they were on 30 points. So it is a big improvement. And one of the things they mentioned was like the patience you had with the youngsters. Just give me an idea of what is it you do to improve a youngster. A lot of them are probably raw. They've never been in development setups, proper structures. What is it that you did to improve these young players who, even some you mentioned, went on to play for the national team?
Yeah. Look, we tend to assume, because people are at that level, they should be ready to be in that level. So one thing that I did was to go back to their level, and then to start from the scratch, mainly to sort out the awareness, the technical part of the game, individually, as the pairs, as a group, and then as a team. Like literally, I would make time to focus on the individuals. I would take time to focus on the pairs and the group, and because that helps in for example, if we are playing against a strong winger, right, and let's say right winger, and my left back erratic, he does things unemotionally, and he does not know, his positioning is always bad, he always throws himself, he's always late, so individually it's going to mess up the rest of us, because he's always somewhere. So we needed to fix that, and then I started with that, and then from there I then brought the relationship between the left back and the left center back, and then from there I brought them Bali 4 if I played Ka 4, sometimes I played with 3. So I made it a point for at least a week I deal with that. I give 2 days of focusing on those aspects. I did not really focus on the sort of complex tactical aspects like the game itself. It was more of a simple information and repetition of things that we've done. Every now and then change the exercise, the drills and whatnot, but they addressed the same things. So for me, it was repeating the same things up until it becomes a second nature to them. And then we ended up, without me saying a lot of things. We ended up seeing them by the years effortlessly, and they were the ones that were also saying how certain things ke tsona tse ba thusang to dominate games. And then later I got some young boy who is an analyst. Spoke with him.
Is he from Botswana? Or?
He's from Botswana. He's working from another team, but not professional, but a amateur. And then we had a conversation, and he was willing to assist. So I would then find a way of getting the games, and then he would cut them for me.
Okay.
And then I would present them to the players, and also that boost their confidence to say, oh, that's how we look. We are not bad. And then from there on, also they started to sort of gauge themselves from when we started to now, the games that wanna dijuang, how are we behaving individually as a team, as a group. And then they started the confidence started hola. And then that's how I think we achieved what we achieved.
You know, as I'm listening to you talk about how you're improving the youngsters, but also how has this experience improved you and made you grow as a human? Because maybe if, let's say, you're working in South Africa, you might not have had that type of opportunity to work with players and really work on their game that much, because here we've seen results. I'm not saying it's not results driven that side, but you might not have had that opportunity. So how has this one improved you as a person, and basically now you're coaching as well? How has that helped you?
It has helped me when at Tshepang, because personally, and then that's also one of the reasons I then decided or chose to be a football coach, to improve our players. I think a lot of times we are not really coaching. We are doing something else. I don't think that is coaching, because we are chasing the results, because there's pressure and there's what. But we are not really working hard in improving the player to deliver. And I've said it, Nakore, as much as I'm still young in the coaching space, I don't think I'm scared to be fired. I don't think so. And because anyway, at some point it's going to happen. Anyway. But I know for sure, whenever that happens, it will be for the right reason, of wanting to improve players, of wanting to play football the right way, of wanting to win, of not putting the results first over the development of human beings. So I have this thing in me to say, and I got it from Stuart Lee, when he said,
Stuart Baxter.
When he said, performance will give you results. So if you perform well, you'll have a 70-80 chance of winning a football match. If you are not playing well, sure, you will win some games, but the turnover of winning matches will not be as high as when you doing well. So that means when you do well, you'll still lose matches, but they are not as high as when you are not playing well and still win matches. So for me, it's individually you improve. That means you'll contribute something to the team, and when one improves, the rest improves, and then when all of us resharp, then that means the chance of us getting the results are high. So if players are improving, the team is improving, the product you can see, okay, there's a direction, and then we get the results. It's sharp. If we don't get the results, I don't think I'm that person that will say, no, let's change and do a different thing because this one does not work. I've used 4 systems in a team that people thought has no resources, they are inexperienced, they are young, they are what. And I used one system that no one that side wanted to touch. And like, even in this country, it's very difficult to play with 3 at the back, a 3-4-3 formation.
So it's 3 central defenders and then wing backs.
And wing backs and 2 central midfielders with the 2 10s and a striker. Very difficult to play, but I used it and won a lot of games that side. Most of my games Italy with that formation, and in the same game I would change and do 4-2-3-1. In that game I would change in 4-3-3 with the same group of players without even making a sub more. And those get the so-called inexperienced players, young players, not that quality and so when you coach, when you put those players in a comfortable space to say you are allowed to make mistakes, because I make mistakes as a coach. I make wrong decisions, and who shouts at me? Our chairman makes a mistake. Who shouts at him? So that means we are human beings. All of us are going to make mistakes. So make mistakes. For as long as after making that mistake, forget about it, correct it immediately, because also with me, you have a chance to correct it. I'm not going to shout immediately at any mistake. So only thing that I'm going to do is, as Hansu is at a repeater, it is that voice to remind you, to say, hey man, sort it out. You see? So I give you a chance to make a mistake and sort it out yourselves without me or without my assistants making a lot of noise. We are there. You must know, Jorge, we are there with you. We are playing the game with you. Although we are sitting out, but we are with you.
You seem to have good freedom at the club. And I mean, we talk about the systems as well. Do you think that this move to Botswana was a blessing in disguise? And I say this because in one of our chats, I asked you, didn't you have opportunities here at home? Were there not doors open for you? And it seemed like they weren't at the time. But then you made the move there and you've had a chance to do what you're doing now. The things that you're talking about, developing youngsters, allowing them to make mistakes, using different systems that you say have not even been used this side. It's giving you an opportunity as a coach as well to express yourself. That's why I'm saying you have some freedom. So do you think not having an opportunity here was a blessing in disguise in a way?
Look, the the God that I believe in, ke believe a more time in Yahan. And then it's not by accident that things happened this way. I was in the national team setup. Did under 17 as an assistant, did under 20 as an assistant, did Bafana Bafana go Kosafa and Chen as an assistant. So that came at sort of the right time to get a team, a club experience also. That obviously was one of the spaces necessary at that time. And yes, maybe for me to start going Matebele, it also allowed me that freedom. But what I said, we are going to learn together. We are going to help each other. We are going to improve each other. Don't be scared. You could see their faces, and also it's important that you assure your technical team because now also they are not sure by guys like what's gonna happen. So first encounter you assure them, you make sure they are very comfortable, because they are the people that knows a lot of information about these people, the player. So make sure they are in a comfortable space, and they are with you. you are together, and then the rest will also happen. So I think having that coaching job as my high level coaching opportunity was at the right time, and I feel again I made the right decision. I don't think a lot of coaches would
Do what you did.
go
Yeah.
and coach go that level early ko Botswana. I don't think so, because rona re spoiled rona. You train go ground tse sharp, or your stadiums are tops. You have 100 soccer balls. You have different equipment, training equipment. Babang, they have their gym. So here we are okay, but I don't think.
I don't think many would take, let's say, an opportunity to coach
that I took to coach that club.
A club that's not
your GU, your Galaxy, your SOA, your Santa Chiefs. Yeah, I don't think
But then how do we encourage people to do that? Because you never know what doors opens. There are many people who, let's say, maybe sit here in South Africa hoping that a door will open at a club somewhere, and sometimes it never does. And maybe what you needed to do was to go to Swaziland or Eswatini, Lesotho, Botswana, do well there, and you never know what happens. You can,
Look, you either want it or you don't. And you have reasons why you are doing this, right? We all want money. The reason we are working, the reason we wake up in the morning to do what we are going to do, it's because we want money. But for me, money is not everything. I want money, a lot of it, but it's not everything for me. When I do what I do, when I coach, I forget that I don't have money that to do whatever. I forget that I need 10 rand or something. Because I mean, so when I'm at training, when I'm gaming, fielding, I'm there. I forget about anything. Literally, I forget about everything else, but I'm there. Up until the first train, I'm like, oh, Ghana, I must do this. Okay, sure. That's where I am, right? Well, and I might be wrong. Well, most of us, maybe it's how much am I gonna get? And then if I don't get that money, it's like, no, I'm not gonna go. Why should I go kai for this? So that is why then a lot of us will not take certain opportunities. But again, you must start somewhere. There's always a way you should start somewhere. And for you to, and I'm not saying accept anything. I'm not saying that, because there's obviously teams that exploit the coach all for the sake of opportunity. So with me is there's certain things that I cannot compromise on. There's like
which is
where I'll be staying, I should be very comfortable, because I cannot be stressed by
modular
Cheleton Panyon or whatever Panyon and the place that I'm gonna stay. So that's a place where I'm going to be most of my time. So I can't be stressed that space. Two, it's a space that needs to allow me to say whenever I want to bring my kids, it's a comfortable space for them. So I can't bring my kids from South Africa or Joburg and then they go to space. It's sort of unfamiliar to mobile thing into the comfortable space. It's a space that I need to be comfortable. I need to be comfortable moving around that place. I keep at also call like moving from where I stay to training, or vice versa, or where I stay to the stadiums to go and watch football, because that's what I do to keep myself busy. So those are the smaller things, but they are big. And the money that you give me, it should be the money that covers sort of bigger things for me. that I can say, okay, this one I cannot compromise on. I should make sure that that one is covered, that one is covered. The rest, I find my way out. I figure things out.
Yeah.
See, for career's growth, that's a sacrifice that I was willing to do.
You mentioned reasons. What is your reason for doing this? And I know money is not at the top, but what is your reason?
I love the game. I think I've said it, or I always say that I think I was born to be in football, whether it's as a player or as something else, coach, whatever. I think I was born to be in the space. To see another person getting better, achieving more what some of us have achieved. It's a fulfillment for me. Football in generally, yamo South Africa, and then me being part of that, of that sort of generation of people that are improving our football more as like it is now. It's one of the things that makes me. That's the reason I do this football thing every day.
Yeah. Let's touch on your nomination. Just when it came through, what was the feeling like? I remember seeing it. What's funny is that the article that I wrote about you, and I sent it to you, it was the day before the nomination.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's so nice. How did you feel about that nomination?
Sure, I was surprised. To be honest with you, I'm not big in reading dilo tsa bolo, especially the publications that speaks about bolo and themselves, and not on the field stuff. On the field stuff, sharp, but then I read that because I want to improve myself.
Yeah.
But other than that, I'm not big on that. I just browse GFM. So I remember then ke bona ne ke fetsa ho sheba ke bona the nominees tsa young player. And one or two players tsaka that I thought they did well.
You thought that
They were not there. So I was like stressed to say, man, no, no. And we are one of the few teams that are using a lot of youngsters. Like, no, how, like, no, and like, anyway. But I understand the awards and whatnot, politics starting and whatnot. So I was more focused on that.
On that one.
I think about an hour to 2 hours later, I get a message from my assistant coach, Coach Farouk, and then he sends me that screenshot, and then he sends me congratulations. So haki bula pele, then I see haki kana ko WhatsApp, I see the message congratulations, and then I see there's something that has been sent. I'm like, congratulations. This guy. In my head is like, there's other teams that did whatever. And then I open it and like, hey,
you see yourself.
Coach of the season, like, and then I check the two coaches, like, hey, I like, no, give me mistake. I'm like, okay, no, thank you, and then I move on, and that's when I knew, oh, okay, this is the situation. But the reason I did not, I was sort of surprised. It is because generally, when people or whoever that chooses such people for the nominations, it's teams that are there go
At the top,
whether winning, whether you are competing, whether it's people there. So that is why I did not expect it.
But does it show you how well you actually did in your first season there?
For sure. It does. Because when you read the reason they choose coaches for the nominees, you will see exactly when you watch our team from the start up until the last game of
Yeah.
the league. So you will exactly see everything. Tshepang by last game we lost, ne? We lost 2-1. And Bakora 92nd, whatever, it was on offside, but okay, it's a goal. But so Bakora ha ke fetsa ho tsenya substitute the goalkeeper.
Oh, is it?
Ne? Goalkeeper is very young.
The one you brought on.
Yeah, the one I brought on. Very young goalkeeper. He was the only person in 29 players. He was the only person that had not played the entire season.
So you're giving him those.
Yeah,
minutes,
for sure.
yeah.
So and I said to him, don't worry about anything. But Tshepang, the whole Kemotsenya for the minutes, it was not the reason. The reason was this boy was doing very well. Good training, like a lot of, even at some point he was doing even better than the two that were playing a lot of games. At some point, the challenge was he's shorter, way shorter than
The other two.
this other two.
Yeah.
But he's doing so well than these two. A lot of teams go Botswana, they are playing through the cross, through the
long
header,
balls.
the long balls. So they play directly that way. So now it was a challenge when we needed to choose to say, do I? Also, I needed to protect him from obviously being destroyed and whatnot. So I found that opportunity to say, this is an opportunity for you to go in. 10, 15 minutes game before it fell, I'm like, we sub. And then I did not care. And that time we were okay. The game was, we missed about 3 chances.
It was 1-1.
It was 1-1. We missed about 3 chances for wrap it up so that one attack without any pressure. So you could see her own nervous. And I'm like, no, don't be nervous. Whatever happens, don't stress. I'll take it. I'll take responsibility. So anything it's when I just go out there, do exactly what you do go training. Exactly. Don't change anything. He can play. He can save the ball. He can obviously challenge for the aerial balls, but a lot of them are even taller than he is.
Yeah.
So he goes in. A minute and a half or 2 minutes later, and then they score.
You concede.
Yeah, and then they score. But again, that was not his mistake. There was nothing that he could do. Because it's a cross, we don't deal with the cross. We don't deal with defending the cross. Bole wela somewhere down, we don't put pressure, they shoot, and then is ufitlilwe ke the defenders, and then it goes in sharp. No problem. Encourage him to say, no, it's okay, keep going. After that goal, he does well. They never even got close to him. He was more involved as a playmaker than as a goalkeeper.
Yeah. So he's good on his feet.
Very. Better, like that one, 100% better than the other two. So for me, it was, okay, those criteria we have met, I have met, totally. And that gave me comfort to say, okay, sharp. That means people saw what myself and the technical team did for these young boys, and that's why the nomination.
Yeah. We're gonna move over, but to Bafana and your trip to Mexico. But I wanna ask you a tricky question. Are you staying in the club? Are you gonna be there next season?
As things stands, we still need to have a conversation with the management. Contract fedile a few days ago, end of May. So we still have conversations to have, and obviously there must be sort of changes and changes are then the financial situations. There must be a bit of an improvement. Those are other things that for me will make
By financially, you mean on yourself or
No, on the club
within
itself.
the club?
On the club
Okay.
itself.
Yeah.
Because if the club is financially stable, then that means all of us we are going to be okay. Wow. So they are working on it. I think I'll meet them Kabomari 20 because I'll be that side around 19, 20, 21, 22, somewhere around those 4 days I'll be that side.
Yeah.
So when they will have a conversation, and then I'll then decide whether we move or I stay. And
But you're keen on staying?
For sure. That's a good project. If like, to be honest with you, if someone would come in and invest in that project and say, this is the X amount of money, I want to help and support this project, for sure. That's the team. I'd say I'll stay for another two years or a year or two. I'll stay there because it's a good project.
Yeah.
It just need someone that has financial muscle to support the club.
If you don't stay, are there options? Because you never know. People watch your work, people read things. Are there people calling Yeye and saying, hey man?
Yeah, there's 2 or 3 options. That side, I've spoken to 2 yet already. So I've spoken to them, all of them, in terms of the interest is there from them. But yeah, 2 of them, it's just a catch-up nyana, not really into the details and whatnot. Mainly because of what we just spoke to say, no, I want to close the chapter first there, and then we'll take it from there. And they understand that. Yeah.
I want to move over to national team football. They're traveling to Mexico tonight, actually. Just maybe for those who might not know, why are you traveling to Mexico? What is happening?
No, we're traveling to Mexico to have that game, the Legends, that 2010 against the Legends at Mexico, that game at 2010, of which we'll be playing Kadi 9. No, Kadi 7 of June, that side. And then also Kadi 11 will be there to support Bafana Bafana Batsamika in their first game of the World Cup.
Yeah, I mean, that game on the 11th is a big one. I think you know what it's like having an opening game. You guys play against the very same Mexico that Bafana Bafana are going to play. What do you think the players could be going through right now? Obviously, you guys had a bit more pressure as hosts, but now they are playing against the hosts, let's say. But what feelings you think they could be within the team right now?
I think excitement, leading nerves are still there. Although I feel bona gore they have a leeway nyana ya gore ba ska ba le too much pressure because they are underdogs. No one except us in the country that believe gore they can do it. Anyone else think Mexico will just run over them, right? So I don't think when it's like that you need to put yourself under pressure. So yeah, for sure, very difficult game, for sure. Mexico is a strong team, and then they are playing in their own backyard. They're playing in their backyard. So the real original Mexican wave, you will see it properly happening there. And I feel it will be a good game. We have a tendency of showing up go the gaming that are that are difficult, that people think Bafana will not come out. We always come strong, and I think there's no difference with this one.
Yeah, there's a good chance of progressing maybe this time because there's an option of the third best placed teams. When you look at our group, Mexico, Czechia, South Korea, what are the chances?
Wait, Tshepang, to be honest with you, I'm not really stressed about what everyone is stressing about Mexico. Nah, I'm not stressed about it. I have a feeling we can get a result there, whether it's win or draw. I feel we can get that one. My stress is those teams that we are not paying attention to, the Czechia and
South Korea.
South Korea. For me, those are stressful opponents. One, we don't know much about them because they are not the teams everyone usually talks about and whatnot. And even now, the conversation is Mexico. And I know we must take one game at a time, and Mexico is the first one. But you'll only have 3 days, if not 4, until your next game.
Yeah.
So that will not be the enough time that you had to talk about Mexico and. So for me, I feel yes, as much as we are focusing on Mexico, the danger is that other two. But it's important that we start well for this one. We don't lose it, and then these ones will be sort of games that we say, okay, let's try and get 3 points here, and we can also afford to get one somewhere there, or 4 points will take you in sometimes as a third best, right? So you are saying, okay, let's take a draw, let's win this one, and let's draw that one, because the possibility are sort of also the two things we don't really focus on. We should put a lot of effort also, rather than Mexico. The players will be self-motivated. They don't need a coach to tell them what to do, how to do. They don't know. They don't need that. They'll be self-motivated. They'll do it without even a coach saying a word. That too is a problem. That needs a coach to now step up and say, "Hey, gents, this is where the real
big
work
ones."
starts."
Yeah. Football is a team sport, but there are players obviously within the team that make a big difference. In your opinion, which players in this Bafana setup are going to be important to us maybe getting to the knockout stages if we're going to get there?
I think, of course, leadership ya Botabuko Mudau will be very, very important. They are playing. He's young and they are young, but Mara, they are also experienced more than most of the players. When they are experienced more than most players. I mean, bo akon kimang ime
Akon, yeah.
Akon very young, new in the setup. Mbogazi still young, still fairly new in the setup. He's doing well where he's playing, but does not change the fact that he's still young. That go for that level. Your talent, Lebona, is still fairly young, not consistent in the system. Borele, expectations are very, very high from him. He's done well for his team. I feel he still has a lot to do. Especially in the national team. He's not sort of the same player. Mara, even the level that is in now, he's been doing well. So I'm hoping, and this is me from a selfish point to say, I hope that he does well. For me, he's one of the players that are very exciting. The attitude is right on the field. Normally, such players, hardly they attitude wrong because they know they got this. With Relay, he has been for Orlando Pirates. The attitude for me has been the right one. He has worked hard, tried to defend when he needed to, track back, take players on. So he has enjoyed his game. I'm hoping that he does the same, even at that level, and he does well. You have Womsheshe that will also guide them whether he starts or not. He's there. Players love to be around him. He's a good person. He wants to see others thrive, even if it's who compromise. So he's those type. They are very important. Those people.
Yeah. because of time, I'm gonna move to your former teammate, Bernard Parker.
Yeah.
I saw Tim Sugazi saying he's going to be the head coach for TS Galaxy. As a coach who also is coming up and, obviously would want doors to open, how big is something like this for him, for you, for others? And how important is it for him to do well also there? Because at times, someone like him doing well gives club bosses that confidence to say, there are others that we can also give an opportunity to.
Yeah, I think firstly, I'm happy for him, and congratulations are in order for him. The last 5 games that they played, he has done well. I don't think he lost any of them. Might be wrong, but I don't think he lost any. And for team has always been that person that believes in giving opportunities, whether it might be in players or in his technical team. So he does that, and then it's not a surprise that he has done that with Bennett. But again, it's important that he does well. It's important that he gets support, because he's still a young coach, and the expectation obviously would be for him to get the results and whatnot, but with proper support obviously from team, which I think he has done thus far, and then showing faith in him. Jorge, you can be a coach at that level. You have shown in the last few games, and I think you mentioned Jorge. He has a room, Jorge. You do well, and if you don't do well, you still have a room who shield you, what to say, you are not going to be fired. They might get someone, and then he'll still be there and learn again
more, yeah.
And when the opportunity comes again, he'll still grab it. So for him, and then to have such an opportunity, it's a big thing. But I hope and I wish that he gets enough support, and he does well, because it builds trust within football and football administrators to say, okay, let's give others a chance. Football, yeah, inka a shift where obviously the older sort of generation slowly are sort of moving out.
They're moving out of the game.
Not because of football, but because of
time and age.
Time and it's a cycle of life. So it must get the younger generation ready to be in that space.
Yeah. No, thank you so much, Yeye, for your time. It's been a pleasure chatting to you, and definitely hope to have you back one of these days, maybe before the season starts. We never know where you'll be.
Okay. For sure.